man, all women want something from you. That's just put that
Facts.
on the table,
Facts.
man. I have never not had a woman who didn't want something from me.
Mm-hmm.
It's us.
How does the dating in Dominican Republic differ from dating out here in the United States?
Man, believe it or not, in the U.S., I didn't really have too much problems too, because when you have money, you're okay. You're okay in the U.S., man. All women want something from you. That's just put that on the table, man. I have never not had a woman who didn't want something from you. Like, if you as a man, you're supposed to be traditional. This is how women see you. They want you to be traditional, but they don't really have to be in the States. That's the difference. So when you go to DR, and then we're not talking about prostitutes or mangoes, choppies, or none of that. We're talking about regular women. She will be traditional for you. She's going to be real, because I think there's a misconception about the DR that they think that all women are choppies. Like, and that's just not true. There's areas, like a lot of guys that go to like Pedro Casante and Sosua, where it goes down there, and they will equate that to all the women in the DR, and that's just not true, man.
So Ronan, let me ask you this, man, because I really want to get into the topic of choppies, because I think that's something that Dominican women get associated with a lot. The Chapiadora culture. So for those of you who don't know what that is, basically women like gold diggers, kind of like they're always asking you for money, trying to rip you off, like stuff like that. So do you have any experience, or maybe third person experience with this in the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, I've had personal experiences. Look, I have been the good, the bad, the ugly myself for the DR. I done dealt with regular women, choppies, all that. I done dealt with everything, man, because you don't know who you're dealing with till you get to know them. Like, let me give you an example of like a working girl. Everybody laugh at the story about Dirty Diana. Woman I met, her name Diana, but we call her Dirty Diana. So I meet her on one of the dating sites. Beautiful, man. She had the most beautiful skin I've ever seen. It was
that nice brown skin.
Oh man, it was caramelized almost. Ooh. And listen, man, she had hair down her back like Pocahontas with a shape to match. So man, I'm thinking this is a regular chick. She come to my Airbnb, and we sitting there talking. I'm trying to go out with her. She said, "No, we're gonna stay here." And one thing lead to another. And then she was like, "Hey, I hate to ask you, but this what it is." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I never knew that. That's the side. I didn't know that. I didn't know, and
she didn't tell you up front.
No, it didn't tell me nothing up front. None of that stuff. But look, I didn't mind. I didn't mind. Like, we had a song in New Orleans called "I Pay For It If I Want It." You know what I'm saying? So, but from there, we ended up being very close. We became friends, and we had like a slight type relationship a little bit, where I didn't have to give her anything too much, only little things. But this can happen to you. But you will meet women that's regular, some in between, and you will meet choppies, and you will meet people who not even women, but they will try to use you. There's men in the DR who will set up profiles, and they use their sister, their aunts, or whatever to try to get money, because even though the DR is booming, it's still a developing country.
Facts.
So they the average person might make $300 something. My old lady, she's a principal, man. She makes about $780 a month, $780 a month. You know what I'm saying? So that's still good in the DR. You can live off of 780 in the DR. No, I mean, definitely, man. So you got to really watch who you dealing with. But I ask men all the time, because men, man, I got right now, if I ain't lying to you, 400 or 500 emails, and the men ask me the same question over and over, and I tell them, listen, man, what are you looking for? How long are you coming to the country? Are you moving to the country? If you're not moving to the country, why are you trying to get a relationship with somebody? I would tell you that if you lived in the DR trying to come to the United States to date women, and I'm gonna say, well, why are you coming to date women? How long are you coming here? The only type of women you're gonna interact with on these weekend warrior things is mangoes and these kind of choppies and stuff, man. Because if you get with a regular woman, she gonna want you there with her, or she gonna want to come with you. I mean, Which one do you want? So you have to make that decision yourself about what you want. But so dealing with mangoes and chop, yeah, I'm there with all of them. Yeah.
So what are some signs that you are dealing with a choppy?
She gonna start popping necesito dinero every time. I'm gonna tell you, man. Oh man,
My mom's in the hospital.
The mom, let me tell you, man. I don't know if these females got a network of pictures.
Oh, they definitely do. I feel like they have a group chat or something.
No, they got group chats because the same chick I told you, Dirty Diana, she showed me they got their own. They got their own chat right on the phone. She showed me, and they had numbered American men in there, and they said who. They were saying who paid a lot, who didn't pay a lot, who had a big ping, who had a liberty, un poco. She showed me, and I was like, wow, because she started liking me. She liked my personality. She liked to hang with me, and me and her tight to this day. And she showed me all kinds.
She let you in on the secret.
Oh, she let me in, man. Now look, this is a person I was dealing with a long time. Still deal with her. Me her very cool, but she showed me the inner workings of it, man. So I got to see how this stuff worked, and the best thing I got to see was who was real and who wasn't. They had 500 women in here. I got to see a lot of the women who was working women I got to see the inside. And I looked through all the women. I'm looking through all the people. I got to know their faces because contrary to believe, a lot of men want regular women.
Estamos burlados, ya son otro tiempo. No le tiro a Tecachi y le va a responder estamos burlados, ya son otro tiempo. Si no le tira el alfa nadie se acuerda de Estamos burlados, ya son otro tiempo. No le tiro a Tecachi y le va a responder